words, but I realized I've gone my entire life without knowing someone named Walter. So I said I was fine with I did in one of my classes. He's a really cool guy. But you know, I think he says some dumb shit sometimes. Like the other day, he's like, "Why the fuck do you keep calling me Walter? My name is Trevor. Trevor. They sound nothing alike." Anyways, our next guest has made appearances with 8 different women. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Ryan Steiner, everybody.
What's going on? I might be muted last, but no matter how I try, I'm not going to be released tonight. Alright, so I'm very excited to be here. It's one of the first times performing. Little known fact, one of the first Jewish comedians. You know what you're thinking, like, Ryan, what does Hollywood and, comedy need? Another Jew. Yeah, we need more of us. You can't get rid of us. That being said, before I get into it, are there any German people in the audience tonight? You understand? Ooh. Ooh, shit. Alright. Well, okay. I don't hate you. Alright. I don't think you're gonna, be a Nazi or go all, Fourth Reich on my ass in the parking lot. But, that being said, I will not take my eyes off of you for a fucking second. Not gonna turn my back, not gonna bend down to tie my shoe. Nothing. Because, say I go to Germany and I meet the love of my life. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. And we just, it's passion. There's love in the air, and just the sex is so hot. She's like, "Oh, I'm so dirty to just take a shower." I'm like, "No, you first." Right? Fool me once, shame on you. But I haven't been to Germany. I can't afford it. Because of certain circumstances, I live in a retirement community. Which, that's a true story, I swear to God. It can have its downsides. Like my neighbor, 75 years old, she thinks my name is Wally. Nobody's been named Wally for 45 years. You understand? It's not that bad. And trying to dig a little deeper, it turns out Wally was her husband who died 30 years ago. So it's a little awkward when we make love. Yeah. I think she fakes it. Getting the corona the other day. Pretty good. Notice there's advertising everywhere you go. Movies, radio, your phone, you want to use an app, advertising on there. Everywhere you go, you want to do something, there's advertising. The other day, I was driving down Fletcher, and I hit Nebraska, and I saw this hooker. She was like, "Hey baby, you want a good time?" What? Yeah, brought to you by Sprite. You can't escape it. It's even on shows nowadays. I was watching UFC and that kind of shit. Hey, anybody watch UFC here? Yeah. You guys know Joe Rogan, right? Yeah. Pretty manly until 3 days ago. I was watching a fight, and he's doing the color commentary, and he's talking about this guy. He's like, Smith or whatever. He's like, Smith, he's so dexterous, very agile, great fighter, a lot of, stamina, and really flexible too. This guy can actually get his leg behind his head. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with beating another man's ass? How often are you like, "Oh, she's pummeling me." You would only know that if you were fucking him, Joseph. Yeah. But, no, he wouldn't say that. He'd be like, "Oh man, this guy can get his leg behind his head, no homo." No. You gotta say no homo. If you don't, then what?
You're homo.
Exactly. Because everybody knows you can't do anything that could be perceived as homosexual. You gotta say no homo. You're gay. That's right. People, guys, nowadays are so afraid of being called gay, they will put no homo in front of shit that doesn't need it. I was shopping with my friend Kenny the other day, and he was like, "Hey man, you want to get a salad?" I was like, "Sure." He's like, "We'll get peppers and onions and cucumbers. You want cucumbers?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Yeah, you're gay." "Oh, damn, I like cucumbers, no homo."
No homo.
I said that I'm gay. I gotta eat healthy food. I'm a homosexual. But, you could be in class, and the teacher would be like, "Does anybody know the Pythagorean theorem?" "I do, yeah, it's, no homo, of course, no homo, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared." Just, I got that from studying hard, and not from sucking dick. That's almost as bad as the people that they're so afraid of being thought of as a racist that they've got to preface every comment that might be racist with, hey, now you know me, I'm not a racist, but ... because the second they do, shit goes downhill really quick. Like I was drinking at a bar the other day. This guy, like random dude across the bar, I hear him. He's like, hey Tommy, you know me, alright? I ain't racist, but these fucking spics, you know. Like, I'm not racist, but these spics need to take their buenos dias speaking asses back to Taco Town and taking all the jobs. Shit like that. It's obviously racist, just go with it and deal with it. And speaking of that, how many people have had their jobs taken by somebody else? Exactly. Nobody. Besides you. Okay. No, most people aren't going to be like, well, I studied for 7 years to get my master's in engineering, but now that the Mexicans are doing, you know, advanced calculus for $3.23 an hour, I just can't I mean, yeah, I can see the Chinese day laborers doing that, but, you know me, I'm not racist. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good night.